Hi, it's Char with another video on narcissism and sociopath. And today's was one that I had struggled with for a while, especially when I was divorcing my children's father. But it is, can you love somebody enough to fix them? And my short answer is going to be surprising because I'm going to say yes, but it's not going to be who you think. So when you understand what the situations are that create a narcissist, and you understand at a young age that they sought their approval or their identities in what someone else thought of them, or in doing everything but maybe what they genuinely felt like doing, you understand that they are on this constant seeking of validation and worth. And there's a whole process they go through, and they actually work their way through quite a bit of people in their lifetime to the point where they just completely discard you. But they are never, ever, 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 ever happy, satisfied. It's never ending. It doesn't ever stop. It is, that saying that it's not about the destination, it's the journey that matters. They're not happy with any of it. Okay, they're just not happy people. And so when you see that, in order for someone to be truly happy with you, they have to be happy with themselves. And so that constant catch-22 of, I know when I was younger, my ex-husband would come home and he would complain about something. The next day I'd spend the whole day undoing what it was or trying to make it better what he was complaining about. And it was that the house wasn't clean enough, and then it was that I cleaned the house too much. It was that, he really had me on a pretty thin budget for our groceries, so I ended up cutting coupons like none other. But I would have to go to like 2 or 3 different grocery stores, Aldi's, Food Saver, and then Hy-Vee with my coupons, and he would complain about that because he just, and I didn't know that at the time, but he just wasn't happy in himself, so he's not going to like me on my best day. And so they don't see any gray. It's off or on, black or white. There's not, when we look out and we see all the colors of the rainbow and how beautiful it is, and all the depths of all the colors, and how there's gifts in every single color out there, they don't see anything but one color. It's black and white, yes or no. It's extreme, but they either like you or they don't. And when they like you, they're love bombing you and grooming you, and you go through, I know with my ex, we would go through these honeymoon phases where, at first it was very nice, but then they kept getting shorter, and the periods in between them became longer until I was almost to the point where I was wanting to leave, and then he would start grooming me again, and I would come back, and I kept trying to explain my feelings to somebody who doesn't understand feelings. And so, to break it down in an easier way for you to think about this, imagine trying to explain how to cook an egg in English to somebody who doesn't speak English. That's exactly what you're doing. And when you're trying to justify or give examples, or, if they just understand where I'm coming from, then maybe we can get on the same page. There's no possible, you're speaking a language they don't speak. You're seeing colors they don't see. There was a saying that I had heard a few years ago, and the more I think about this, the more it's like, wow, that's pretty deep stuff, that, other people will love you to the depths that you love yourself. And what I mean by that, or what it means, is even if somebody was standing in front of you who loved you deeper than you love yourself, you don't even have the ability to identify it because you don't understand it. I'll give a great example here in Iowa. We have Saylorville Lake. And if you had never seen the ocean and your understanding of water was just that lake, and then somebody tries to talk to you about the ocean and the depths of it, and all the beautiful stuff in it, you're just not going to be able to understand it or appreciate it or even identify, if somebody blindfolded you, put you on a plane, on a boat, and you are woke up and you're in the middle of the ocean, you're not even really able to identify or appreciate or understand the difference between the two. And that's exactly what a narcissist or a sociopath or psychopath, they don't even love themselves. So they're not going to be able to understand, identify, or appreciate the depths that you're attempting to love them. And it's not vindictive. It's not that they mean to. They just don't know any better. It's kind of like stopping a 2-year-old from running out in the middle of the street from hurting themselves. They just haven't learned yet. They don't know any better. But you have a grown person who's acting like a 2-year-old. You can't even, I mean, in the moment you might get mad or get caught up in it, but when you sit back and you understand all the dynamics around what makes them, and you understand they just don't love themselves, so they're not going to be able to appreciate the depths of the love that you have for them. But with that same saying, others will love you to the depths that you love yourself. Someone that you can love to the point of fixing is yourself. Because as you spend more time realizing that you are an amazing person, as you are today, you don't have to do anything different. Just where you're at. And you fall more in love with yourself. You will stop allowing other people to do things or be anything less than how you love yourself. And if I look back on my own journey and I see where I was at when I finally was at my breaking point with my narcissist, I had very little love for myself because I had become a doormat. I had kind of gone against everything, every boundary that I had put up, or everything I said I wasn't going to do, I did. And you have to just draw a line in the sand and say, give yourself some grace because you're pretty awesome. And all of that that's gone on is going to make you just blossom into who you are. It makes you who you are. So just know that where you're at today is amazing. And you need to fall more in love with yourself than you ever have in your entire life. You start doing those things that make you feel special. When you get ready in the morning and you go to put your clothes on, if you don't feel beautiful, wear your favorite color because that's you. Wear a piece of jewelry that means something to you. Make sure there's always something in every single moment of the day that is because you chose that, and find beauty in you. You know, there has never been another version of you before this moment. And there will never be another version of you after. And so nobody can tell you. There will be many who try, but there really is not anybody who can tell you that you're doing you wrong. Because typically those people who are telling you that you're doing you wrong don't know how to do themselves. And that's what they need to go focus on. So kind of turn your ears off. I know with my narcissist ex, there were times where in my head I had songs, or I would kind of turn my ears off. And every time I saw his mouth moving, I would put words in there that is, you're amazing, you're strong. I don't know what to do with such a great person around me. And not to taunt him, and I wouldn't say anything back there, but I would just look at him and spend the time doing the things that made me like me. If you don't know how to start that, I'll show you, I'll give you a tip, is look around and look at the people that you look up to. And then start digging apart. What is it about them that you admire or you like? What habits are they doing? Not just a persona that you like, but what is it in that person's actions that you like? Maybe you are really admiring somebody because they take great care of themselves. You can start this today by going on a walk, by doing just a little bit more than you've ever done. If it's somebody who is going to school or college, start that process. You know, there's some free courses online that you can look up. And so start that process of falling in love with yourself. Because then as you love yourself deeper, you're going to open up whole new worlds. And you're going to stop allowing some of the people who love you real shallow even to be around you. And that's truly where that starts. Because when you fall in love with yourself, you're not going to let anybody else not fall in love with you. And you know what? Let me tell you a little secret. At any given time when you walk into a room and you realize that everybody else's reality in the whole wide world has very little to do with you. It has to do with the tape that they're putting on their brain, which is projecting the movie in their life. And especially if it's people that you just met, you had nothing to do with that movie reel that they're putting on there. And so when you walk around or you're in a room with new people at any given time, a third of the people love you. You haven't had to do anything. You just remind them of some of their favorite things. A third of the people don't like you. And there's really nothing that you can do to change that. So don't try. And a third of the people are on the fence. And if you just continue your walk and you keep just being you, guess what? Those fence people are going to come on over to your side too. So if you're wondering where to start, you start right now, you start right here, you start today. Surround yourself with things that make you feel wonderful. I know at the end of my day when I'm laying in bed, because you never know what the day holds in store, so at the end of the day before I go to bed, I find balance, and I'll go seek out positive quotes and things that feed my brain, things that are seeds for what I'm going to do the next day. You might go to YouTube and watch some motivational videos, some empowering videos, but go and undo any damage that happened to you that day. I've got dry erase markers, and I write messages all over my house to myself on, I'm smart, I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm just anything that I might be struggling with, I'm going to go and undo that because I'm in charge of it all. So if you're lost and you're kind of pulled into that cloud of dark gaslight and you're trying to love somebody else enough to fix them, no, that's not possible. But you can love yourself enough to fix yourself. And that's exactly where you start, because it's what you have 100% control on. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope that this video helped you. If you have any questions or would like me to do a follow-up video, please comment down below. And just know that we are all so powerful. As you are right here today, you need to be nothing else than just you. The moment you were made, you're the only one. We're all connected. And because I'm helping you, turn around, pay attention on others that you can help. Because if we're all connected and we're all in this together, guess what? Nobody gets left out. And I know right now when I look back on my walk with my narcissist, there are a lot of lonely moments. So just know that you're amazing. You're not alone. We're all here for you. You guys go love somebody, starting with yourself. Bye-bye.